continuum. Yeah, boom. A continuum of what we were doing, me and Frank, because I had to leave. Greetings, Frank, once again.
Yes, yes.
So we were at transportation, and we were talking about how to fuel. I think that's what you were talking about, fuel waste and back to the
Right.
future type of stuff.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But
No.
I think definitely the ultimate probably vehicle that the world should adopt is maybe the hydrogen vehicle.
Yeah.
But how do we get also to a society where we don't need to be controlled on every stuff we consume, like the electricity meter on the house? Like there's
Right.
ways that we can power our houses, power our vehicle without the need of paying anything. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
I think it's PT that says that once. He said free energy will never be free until the world is free.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
think it's PT that brought that up. So also to think that we would have free energy is a bit crazy to think that right now in these times.
Right.
So definitely it's gonna go with something that they can monitor, they can charge us for.
Mm-hmm.
Now can they charge us for water? Like if we have hydrogen vehicle going around,
Right.
we just need water. So, but I think where they will get us is the cost of those vehicles will probably be very high, and
Right.
that's where they get back their money from. But definitely, faster airplanes you were talking about, and faster trains.
Right. Yeah,
We
yeah.
can commute faster, but that comes also with the fact that I said they want to capture our time. So
Mm-hmm.
I think in transportation, also transportation, I don't want to include in there like the farming vehicle. There is tractors, there is all kinds of uh,
Right.
plows, and so, like I just went on the road and it's snowing and there's plows coming. Like,
Yeah.
can you power those with ele- being electric or hydrogen or like big cranes and stuff? Like at
Right.
one point, fossil fuel is very powerful too, no? To create an
Mm-hmm.
explosion inside the
Yeah.
motor. So, what would the world add up for all those bigger vehicles that we need for construction, for farming, for mining, for
Mm-hmm.
there's that to take into account too. So, can you completely eliminate fossil fuel? Like you said, it's to go in balance. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's like the medium of or whatever the resource is that's going to be fueling the vehicle, it will probably change in the different environments. Some things will do better with or whatever task the vehicle is performing. You know what I mean? If it's yeah, like a hydrogen engine might not do as well in like super cold freezing temperatures
that's
because the
it.
water might freeze, right?
Yeah.
But so
Gas
in
don't
that
freeze in the tank. No?
yeah, in that case, that's going to be better to use a petroleum kind of engine.
Because
So yeah,
to think that petroleum products would go away is a bit far fetched to think that. I don't think the world has that in mind to get rid of fossil fuels. So
right.
definitely they're going to be extracting more and more.
Hmm.
Now, is that energy renewable? Is the fossil fuel like the crude oil that we extract from the earth comes back? Like, is it renewable like water? Maybe it is too. Maybe there will
Right,
always be. Maybe it's the blood of the earth too. Maybe it's just
right,
like extracting blood from you. Like, I see it a bit like that. The crude oil is something they extract like blood from the body of Mama Earth.
right.
Now you can only take so much blood until the body start to faint and die.
Yeah, yeah, exactly right.
So
So
where's
you,
the limit to extracting crude oil in mass production like we see? It's a big earth, I get it. It's a big earth,
right.
definitely. Maybe it's okay. Maybe we're not affecting the earth so much. Who
Hmm.
knows? I'm not an expert in crude oil and digging and mining and stuff.
Right.
I've never done it, but I only heard stuff. So I think we have pretty much covered everything for transportation. It's not rocket science. We're not going to start doing rocket science exactly and traveling in rockets and shit. So that's all nonsense. You can only
Right.
go so far up. So next, the food industry. That's what I have on my list here.
Yeah.
I think there should be food that are completely banned, definitely, like
Hmm.
dyes and synthetic dyes and all the stuff that makes our brain go a bit cuckoo, like
Yeah.
ADHD and all those stuff that they feed us. And
Hmm.
also, the food industry should be very, very conscious about the sugar that we as human intake. Like all you see around now in grocery stores everywhere is just sugar, 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 sugar,
Yeah.
fat, or salt.
Exactly
So,
right.
so there's ways I think to maybe if we enforce it, if at the base the food industry is for a more sustainable future for humanity, they will take action and make laws, the government or the council. That's another thing. The government should not be so intrusive, but
Hmm.
I'm talking about, I wouldn't call it a government. If I would be to replace what's called the government, I would call it the Grand Council. Or
Hmm.
there should be you agree that there should be a structure in our society, like
Yeah.
police,
Yeah. I
firemen,
mean,
ambulance. Like all this is necessary. You
mhm.
agree?
Yeah. I mean, I think there's all different ways in which societies should organize themselves, to be able to function cohesively, coherently, Um, and the more actually that people, the more that you know, the mass amount of people overall really work on, you know, meditation and centering themselves, and then like working to live a purposeful life, the less actual like regulation that you need, as far as people won't just be doing random things that are going to be harmful to themselves or others, because they're not going to have that pull, the impulse to do that, or like or act on that as easily if people are actually, working to improve themselves. I mean, it's a tricky game, because free will is here, so you don't have to follow the laws, whether they're divine or man-made. Um,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
at the same time, the only a certain amount of disturbance is going to be allowed. So there will be, um, enforcement put on anybody who's going to act too crazy.
But it's like the food industry. What I see in there is, especially in schools and in hospitals,
Yeah,
man, it's crazy. Like there should be, now we're talking about laws, or that's maybe the only place where I would really put a law in place to prevent vending machines and all the junks in school, and really force feed the children healthy food,
I
and
know.
force
Yeah,
feed the people in the hospital healthy food. That would be the two only places that I would put laws to really force it. Now you reach adulthood, you want to feed yourself freaking scrap and suicide yourself with the scrap out there? Go ahead, it's your choice. You have free will, like you said.
right.
But the only place where it would really enforce it with laws and government and really big structure is in schools and hospitals. Because the food that they serve in hospitals is disgusting.
Oh yeah,
It's
definitely.
completely disgusting in Canada.
Hmm.
I just came back from there. Kim was in there for a bit, and
Hmm.
it's disgusting, man. She didn't even want to eat. What she said, no, 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 I don't want it. It smells bad. It's like it's really, and we have to consider also when it comes to food that food is medicine, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
And that's not what this society promotes so much. When you look in schools, what they feed children in cafeterias and stuff, like even back in my youth days, it was just pizza, french fries, seed oils, and all kinds of stuff to clog your artery or to make you be not there. Like,
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
uh,
I mean, the diet should support, or the food that they feed the kids should support a proper functioning, yeah, like a mental resilience. And just imagine if kids in school were supported with, foods and herbs and things like that, beverages or tonics that actually supported, memory and uh bright thinking and all this kind of stuff. But
cut all sugars and drinks, cut the sugar and everything.
right.
Uh, Sugar is the killer. No? I think it's the
Mhm.
main killer in our society.
The
Way
white
too much
sugar.
sugar in food. No? It's crazy.
Yeah.
And also those soda pop, no? Those can of ginger ales and Coke and 7 Up and shit. No?
Mhm.
Like that should be completely banned in schools.
Yeah.
Because if you start promoting it in schools at a young age, like I'm talking primary school too, no?
Mhm.
Not just secondary and CJEP and university. Here we have CJEP, you have high school.
Right.
But I think CJEP is only in Quebec anyway. The rest of Canada is high school or stuff. I think it's only in Quebec. Uh, so if you force it there, there's good chance that as they grow up, they will not turn to junk food.
Yeah. Right.
So I think and there should be really a diligent action from a grand council government also to ban all the product that are identified as carcinogenic or stuff.
Yeah, it's just strange that there's not like a consensus
Yeah.
that everybody should be like, okay, this actually supports your health and your well-being, and these other things don't. Like, why is there any confusion about it? I
And
mean,
it's
obviously,
okay. It's okay in the United States to sell those products, but it's not okay in Canada or in Europe.
right?
Certain food dyes. There's certain stuff that are allowed in USA. Here in Canada, they don't put it. Or
Yeah,
Europe, it's completely banned.
yeah,
I'm not saying
right,
Canada is the best. There's all kinds of junk food all over. Là.
right.
It's the same as US. Là. But from, like you said, there's not a general consensus saying, okay, that's bad. Let's completely eradicate it from the surface of the earth.
Yeah,
No, one country will sell it when they actually know that other countries are banning it.
yeah.
It's really strange, but
It's very strange.
I think there's work to be done there, definitely.
Right.
So the food industry, it's a one good topic. The next one I have here is the jewelry, the precious metals, and the stones. Like
Right.
there is everything carries a frequency. Everything that
Right.
exists, not that breathe or is alive. Everything that exists in creation carries a frequency.
Definitely.
So jewelry do, precious metals,
Hmm.
stones. So I have written here like gold, silver, bronze, copper. They used to promote copper a lot back in the day.
Hmm.
Way back, I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I wasn't probably alive, but they used to promote copper a lot in construction, for pipes, for drinking your water, for so
Right.
even gold, silver, and browns. They make metals with that. I always question that they make metals. Gold metals, silver metals, and bronze metal.
Right.
That certainly because those metals are carry a very high frequency and high energy.
Hmm.
Uh, Now, can we? Because also fake jewelry, fake. There is fake stuff out there, the fake gold and stuff, and probably made with certain type of metal that is not really supportive of your evolution. So maybe if we bring back more gold, silver, bronze, copper, and all those good metals and stones, and there's so much precious stones like
Oh yeah.
emerald and all these
Hmm.
native stones and stuff, man. They're quartz and like there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can use for healing also. Like
Hmm.
you were talking about centering and in healing and stuff. So do you think that something could be added to the jewelry industry or so? Because jewelry also is a word that come, the Jew. the religion, the Jew,
Yeah.
jewelry. It's the
Hmm.
same root word.
Right.
So, what is the maybe a new term for jewelry? I don't know, but not to associate love it with a certain religion or certain uh, bunch of people, like
Right. Right. Right.
Jews or Catholic or whatever. So, jewelry, precious metals, and stone. What do you have to say about that, Frank? What
Yeah. I
could
mean,
be done beneficial to for the population of the earth for that?
that's definitely a fascinating, area of topic of interest. I mean, it is they are right materials that are of the earth. They have different properties. Um, I mean, like I used to have and I still have a lot of different kind of like little rocks and crystals around my house. I used to be a little collector
Oh,
of
okay.
crystals and gems and stuff.
Yeah, there's people that do that a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And there's like gym shows you can go to, and people
Yeah.
make their whole livelihood out of like
Yes.
mining things or like making jewelry and stuff like that. I don't personally really wear anything. Um, I think that you can, but I've kind of just after hearing P talk about it and a couple times, I kind of just approach it with caution a little bit because in terms of wearing certain things. You don't want to amplify certain energies that aren't going to be beneficial to you, and what that is for each individual is different, and you'll be able to see that actually in your birth chart. So I don't think it's necessarily like dangerous, but because often, I mean, some people wear jewelry and then that's what they wear all the time, or
Okay.
some people have jewelry and they switch it out. They're like, oh, I'm going to wear this with this outfit. I'm going to wear this with this outfit. Um, but I mean, I think there's definitely a lot of potential benefit that's there. I don't really know like what the best approach for it would be, but yeah, I mean, um, silver, gold, like both of those can be used um, monoatomically for different. I don't know. There's so many different ways. Um, like colloidal silver, colloidal gold.
Yeah.
You can use that to support your health.
Yeah, you
Um,
can even eat it, the colloidal silver.
yeah, right.
Gold.
And
There's
then,
people that eat gold. Now they make a pizza with it and all kinds of shit. But not talking about this. I'm talking about the ones that you mentioned, like colloidal gold.
right, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no,
So, I mean, I don't know what would be kind of like a mass level, um, change or anything like that. But I mean, another thing that I've also heard, which is kind of interesting to speculate, is that the value that they place on them isn't necessarily actually um, like correspondent with the quantity of that there is on Earth. So,
yeah,
rubies and diamonds and stuff like that. I mean, I've heard that there's like so much of a crazy abundance of those things, and there's certain industries that actually control the price
yeah.
and kind of the what how attainable they are and stuff like that. And same thing with gold and stuff like that. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, the gold standard is kind of how they back certain things financially, but I mean, who's setting that? Who's
Yeah.
setting that standard?
Who's
So
setting the standard? Good
the people
question.
who are like making the numbers go up and down. So um, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I feel like ultimately the well, I mean, precious metals and gems and stuff like that can have to do with just like world finance in general. It's one way that people can trade or like kind of accumulate like stable wealth or something like that. And they're always like, if you want to invest in something that's not gonna really like lose its value, then you could get silver or gold or something like that. It might slowly accumulate. I guess it's especially now, like gold is like really going up high, but I mean, that yeah, I
Maybe,
don't know.
maybe also there's other precious metals and stone we don't know about because
Yeah,
we're gonna know what they want us to know.
that's true. Yeah,
So maybe gold, silver, and browns are not on top of the list. Maybe there is something else also that
yeah. I think
other.
there's other elements
Yeah,
that
that's what I'm saying.
like that like red mercury and like
Yeah,
the other types of stuff that can be used in like cool technology, but it's basically not not around right now.
not available for the masses, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Maybe there's other precious metals that we don't know about. Look, we've
Hmm.
been told the Earth is a spinning ball, and it's obviously not.
Hmm.
So we've been told that gold is the highest standard. It might not be. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. Like
Hmm.
all we've been told might be really questionable,
Yeah.
especially about the stones and the metals and stuff. So yeah,
Hmm.
and the copper and copper is
Right.
very good, but maybe
Yeah.
there's even better than copper.
I got a copper water
Yeah,
cup over here.
that's it. Maybe there is even better than copper. Who knows? What we've
Yeah.
been told and we've been programmed with, like you said before, is just because we've been told that gold was the highest standard and the back money with it and stuff.
Right.
Maybe there is something else also out there that we don't know. I
Yeah.
don't want to speculate on what it is, but there's
Right.
certainly something. I think there's a lot of resources on this earth, and everything is man-made. And
Hmm.
if you talk about stuff that can levitate, and like there's different sound frequencies and stuff, there's a lot of stuff that people in those at the in the backstage that they
Right.
use that are not necessarily on the front stage. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So
Yeah. Definitely.
now, the next one I have is maybe we'll finish with that today. Is music.
Oh yeah.
Music
Hmm.
is a big, big one because it
Yeah.
can be so bad for you and it can be so good. It
Hmm.
can be healing. You can provide healing. Music is powerful.
Yeah.
There's power in music, but I think the way we do it is somewhat could be better. Not saying it's
Hmm.
wrong, could be better like
Right.
the frequency in what it's recorded, the
Hmm.
frequency in what the people hear, and and it's very subtle, going from 438 to 432. I think they record in
Right.
438, but it should be in 432 and stuff, just for the frequency, the
Hmm.
hertz. And I think it's very subtle, but it has an if everything that they do is very subtle. It's all on your subconscious most
Yeah.
the programming, all the nonsense they want to put in your head. It's all very subtle. You won't see it like straight. You're gonna see it straight in your face. So it's in plain sight, but
Right.
it's not obvious. That's what I'm saying. To a brain that's been programmed to believe, and to believe, it's not obvious the truth. It is in plain sight, but it's not obvious.
Right.
So same thing for the music. You might be thinking you listen to someone great or you bring your children to a show, but it's very, very programming on the evil side, the
Hmm.
anti-life side.
Yeah.
So how can we should we like there's different genre of music, different genre they call.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think music is music. I like all kinds of music as long as
Hmm.
it's good and it's hearable. Like I listen to country music. I love country music actually. I love George Strait. George Strait is fucking great, man.
Right.
I love George
That's great.
Strait, Garth Brooks, and all these guys.
Right. Right. Right.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'm big on country. After reggae, I think I'm a country music guy,
Uh huh.
definitely. And
Nice.
yeah, my wife like loves it a lot. So when we got together, I started to listen to country music, and I
Yeah.
really dig the vibe. It's great.
Uh huh.
And it's yeah, but there's also a part in country music that is associated a lot with drinking and partying
Oh
and
yeah.
stuff.
Right.
Talk about alcohol and that. So
Yeah.
that's the maybe the part that should be maybe I don't know. I don't want to say don't drink a beer or don't drink this or don't drink that. I don't think alcohol will go away. That's
Hmm.
like the other thing we were saying before. It's not gonna go away overnight.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So, but we can consume responsibly the alcohol. We don't need to promote it. Also, doesn't need to be promoted. You want to drink, go drink, go like. But to promote it into music and stuff,
Yeah.
because
Like
I think
that's.
it has a very big effect on you. Once that
Mhm.
singer sing to you, it's embedded in your brain.
Yeah. It's giving you
So,
the idea. It's a way
so
of
what
educating.
would you do, Frank, for the music to make it more less anti-life?
Yeah, totally. I mean, one of the things that P talks about is like, make trying to make like the sounds more human. And so like less digital. It's not that you can't play digital sounds or use like synthesizers and stuff like that, but not having music that's like to a click. That's one of the things that P talks about, which actually, I mean, that's not as much of something that like people would like kind of straight away really notice, but from the way that P explains it is that it actually it's disruptive to your bioregulation,
Yeah,
to have those kind of on the click all the time, like that robotic pulse, because our bodies don't actually operate in that way. And so getting people to make music organically. But like I said, even if we're using like the technology of today, as far as like the synths and the sounds and stuff like that, that's the, for it to actually be played by humans in and not like an AI kind of
yeah,
fashion. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
then the
Because we see
content.
more and more AI music coming out too. That's a good point.
Yeah, exactly. And even if you want to make stuff that's more like techno or like electronic music, you can do that in a humanistic way. You know what I mean? Like dance music is fine. There's nothing wrong with the concept of the genre.
No,
It's just you don't want to like, you know, you don't want it to be something that's kind of be going to be like jarring or disruptive to
yeah,
your nervous or immune system or anything like that. And as far as the content goes, I mean, really the the overall message that I've gotten from looking at and practicing like P's works and stuff like that is really our uh, best effort in life should be to make the things that we do about supporting our well-being and supporting. And if you're going to put a message out, if you're going to be speaking publicly, if you're going to be playing music to people publicly or sharing it on platforms and stuff like that, it should be for the upliftment of people, the human spirit. It should be for the awakening of consciousness. I mean, that's
yeah,
really the purpose of life itself. And it should be for the celebration or the, to, I'm trying to figure out if there's a better word than that, but the rejoicing
yeah,
for nature and divine and elements and the beauty and the mysteries that are in this world. I mean, there's so much content that could be being expressed in contrast to all of the content that is being shared right now. That just is really, you know, um, influential on people to harm themselves
yeah,
ultimately, whether it's like chasing the wrong type of goals in life or doing drugs in a
yeah,
very harmful way and all this kind of stuff. Like it's that is basically what they promote because it works out for the controllers now, because if people are basically numb and dumb and weak, then it's harder for them to stay in power. And this whole talk here isn't about like, you know, like uprooting the wicked, even though that is what's happening and it's going to happen in time. And we're
Yeah.
ready for the establishment to be, replaced with leadership who actually cares about nature, cares about the elements, cares about people, and we're tired, all of us, we're tired of the manipulation and the it's brutal, to have to watch what's happening in the world right now.
Oh
It
yeah.
really it sucks, so
It's an horror movie.
it really
Basically.
is. So we can only control ourselves, so we got to start with the self first, and then we work together in time, to be able to build a better now and a better future. So
But what I'm really worried about for the music industry is the AI stuff, man.
oh yeah.
The other day, I got onto something, a video on YouTube. Okay, it was Jelly Roll and Celine Dion.
Uh-huh.
Celine Dion
Yeah.
singing together. So I was like, oh, it's Celine. I'll go check with Jelly Roll. Maybe it's good. Like, I know they're probably sold their soul and everything.
Right.
Not,
Yeah, yeah.
not blind. I'm not walking blind, but I
Yeah.
love music. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
I'll
you gotta
listen
check it
to it.
out. Right.
And I'm swear to you, I thought it was real until the end when my wife told me, Yannick, that's fake. That's AI. That's not Jelly Roll. Like,
Right.
are you serious? I,
Uh-huh.
I I got so fooled by it because I was sure it was real. So
Yeah.
now they're even making music videos with the AI artists singing, and you cannot even tell it's not their voice.
I know. That's one of the things that P was talking about. He was talking about this year when he was kind of like looking at the year ahead in his foresight. He was like, this year the development in AI is going to be like, he's like, we won't see a lot of it, but we will see some of it. And he was like, this is going to be the year that like everything before now was like you could that it's actually people doing things, but from here on, like you won't be able to tell if it's actually the real thing if you're seeing a video or something, because the AI has gotten so good. It could, I'm sure you've seen all those. There's all sorts of like kind of parody ones where they'll have like a wrestling match of like
Oh
these
yeah,
different celebrities and stuff.
I seen
Yeah,
all kinds of stuff, man. I'm like,
it's
is this
ridiculous.
real or not? Like,
I
there's
know.
stuff that is good, hilarious, funny. I get it, but
Right.
there's other stuff you really question. Like, what is the end goal of this for those controllers and power?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's really, really weird to see AI music. Like, it's gone so far from like just from 1990s to now.
Hmm.
You would have
Right.
never. We were playing on freaking ColecoVision and Atari and stuff.
Yeah, right.
Like, I remember playing an Atari and the Pac-Man and stuff when I was young, and now to this stuff, AI, like music
I
video,
know.
bro. I swear to you, I thought it was real.
Mhm. Yeah.
I was mind blown totally. I was like, oh wow, where
Yeah.
is this world going with that music stuff? AI stuff is
I
crazy.
know.
Anyway, Frank, that's it for now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we'll up back on tomorrow if you can.
Yeah. Yeah. We can pop back and do another run.
Okay, do you want to do it same time, 7 p.m.
I usually have an evening meditation on Sunday nights. So
afternoon?
let's be in touch. Yeah, maybe like
Okay,
4 or something like that. I'm not sure what's going on with my kids and stuff for tomorrow. So
okay,
let's play it by ear, and then if we can do it, we'll pop
perfect.
on.
We'll be in touch together anyway to on Messenger. We text
Yeah.
each other all
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
time, so
Exactly.
that's not an issue to get in touch together. So
Yeah.
large up, and it was really interesting, and especially didn't even have for the music on my list like human sounds. I wrote digital era organically making music, no AI music, and the stage thing. Also, if you
Right.
show up on stage, make sure you will influence people in the right way. Take off your
Yeah.
dark goggles, like,
Hmm.
first of all, like I see so many reggae artists, man, going
Yeah.
on stage with their dark goggles. I'm like, what is that? What you
Yeah.
go and promote uh, full presence and consciousness and stuff, but then you have the emblem of anti-life on you. Like, I don't. It's a part
Right.
I don't really get, but anyway.
Yeah.
So we will probably be back on tomorrow. Tomorrow. Yeah.
TruMon.
Boom. We're out. See ya.
Peace.
Peace.